The Disney news is on its way.
This monorail will be departing momentarily. Thank you.
We shine the light inside the park. Lights and laughter every ride.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejados de las puertas.
Past the news so clear. The Monorail Report is here. Jump aboard and feel the cheer. The Monorail Report is here. The Monorail Report is here.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your safety, please remain behind the yellow line on the platform or behind the gates once you disembark the monorail.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome. It is Thursday, November 6th. Thank you all for being here. We didn't do one last week because I was sailing on the Disney Dream. Yes, that's what I'm gonna collect on my cruises now is the hats for each one, I guess. We talked about that on the podcast. It was a great, really a great vacation, a great getaway. I mean, it's Disney, so they know how to do things. I would recommend to anyone thinking about a cruise, do it. It is a lot of fun, and it can be looked at as expensive. However, it is essentially all inclusive. You get on the boat, you really don't have to spend any money after that. So, I would look into it. Just think about it. Right now, there is actually a discount or a special going on. Well, there's a couple discounts. There's actually one up to 35% off of select cruises. And then your deposit is only 50%. So your deposit on stateroom is like $300. So I would look into that because my family enjoyed it immensely. So if you haven't seen it, go back and check out the podcast episode from Tuesday. That was a lot of fun. I had my brother, his fiance, and I had Catherine and Finley on the show as well, giving their takes on what they thought. So make sure to check that out if you haven't. We actually had breaking news today, maybe about an hour ago, in that. So Disney announced the lineup for Festival of the Arts 2026 Disney on Broadway concert series. We have Isabel McCalla and Anna Jacobs, both from Aladdin, Anastasia McCluskey and John Strickland, both from Tarzan. You have Ainsley Milham and Ashley Brown. Ainsley's from Aladdin and Ashley's from Mary Poppins. Following them, you're going to have Ashley Brown, Ainsley, Susan Egan from Beauty and the Beast, and James Monroe Eichelhart, also from Aladdin. Then you have Sierra Hodges, hopefully I'm saying that right, and Michael James Scott. They're from Little Mermaid and Aladdin. My voice sounds robotic.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed that. There you go. Clean that up. Apparently I hit the you'll enjoy that. We'll make a short out of that. That'll be great. No, I hit the sound effects button by mistake. So thank you. So great lineup for Disney on Broadway concert series. Folks from Aladdin, Aida, Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, and Mary Poppins. So make sure if you're going to the Festival of Arts, try and grab a seat to one of those shows. They are really good, and I'm sure they will have the dining package coming out soon. We know that's going to be a thing. Jared, good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Jared, I need to reach out to you on Discord because I think that you intended to be part of the network, but I don't have your information yet. So I'm going to reach out to you on privately on Discord. All right, so let's get to the news now that you can all hear me without me sounding like I'm in a sci-fi movie. I have a lot of buttons over there on my Rodecaster. All right, so we know that this Grand Floridian project is finishing up. Was not going to be in time for the gingerbread houses to be up, sadly, for this year. But here are some pictures of what the new lobby looks like. Very clean, very elegant. That is one heck of a chandelier there. The stairs with that very intricate carpeting. You know, I think it really calls out to what Grand Floridian is. I've actually only been in the Grand Floridian once. Was that last year? The year before? Might have been the year before. And that was really it. But yeah, the transformation's almost done there. Speaking of the Perch, which is the new lobby, bar, lounge. They're calling it a bar, so I'll call it a bar. Will open on the 10th. So what is that? Monday, I think. So we'll see how that looks. Again, I think it fits the decor of the lobby. I know some people are upset about it, but to me it fits. All right, you have we're getting close to Christmas, folks. And so Freeform has announced their 25 Days of Christmas with, of course, some of these classics. Home Alone and Home Alone 2 starting it out, followed by How the Grinch Stole Christmas with Jim Carrey from 2000. Excuse me. I actually like, I don't know, maybe it's a New Yorker thing. I actually like Home Alone 2 more than Home Alone. I know. Please don't leave the show just because I said that. But no, it's like Die Hard. Same thing with Die Hard. I would rather watch Die Hard 3 than 2, certainly. And even 1. I like 1, but 3 is just funnier to me. And it's based in New York. Anyway, you have some good ones in there. Frosty, Rudolph, those are the classics we all grew up with as kids. Jingle All the Way. It's another one that I've started watching more often in recent years. Frozen, of course. They're doing a marathon on the 12th of Home Alone. Nightmare Before Christmas. Disney's A Christmas Carol. There's some really good ones in there. So, Miracle on 34th Street, the one from '94, which I thought was a good one. But nothing beats that original one. So, yeah, make sure if you have Freeform to check that out. Roderick says Home Alone 2 is fantastic. It's better than the first, which is very rare for a sequel. See, same thing. I feel the same way. I don't know, just something about it. And it was really shot, I think, only a couple of years, right? Was it 2 years or 3 years after the original? So also, speaking of Christmas, this is the final year that you're going to be able to meet Santa over in Dinoland, USA. He'll be there starting on the 14th of November through Christmas Eve. And then, of course, with Dinoland, USA going away officially in February, this is the last year that you're going to meet him over there. I do wonder, because I feel like they will bring him back. I wonder if he's going to meet maybe where Mickey and Minnie meet or something. They'll find some spot for Santa for next year, but this will be the last year to see him in Dinoland, USA. Speaking of Animal Kingdom, I thought this was a great nod to Joe Rohde, who is the brains behind so many projects, but really Animal Kingdom was his baby. And there's a great story about him when he wanted to get the Disney board on board with Animal Kingdom. He brings a live tiger into a board meeting because people thought that live animals would not be exciting, right? And they're like, we need that Disney feel, the Epcot and Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios and our other parks. It's got to be lively. It's got to be exciting. And they didn't think that they would be exciting. And so he brought a live tiger into the boardroom, and the tiger circles the table. Everybody's sitting around it. And then the tiger walks out and he goes, "Any questions?" So, yeah, great guy. And I think that this nod to him in Zootopia is great. So the character is called Joe Rodent, and he is in the queue for Zootopia Better Together. And they are actually building all of the rodents there are building the Tree of Life. So I thought that was a very cool nod to him. So Happy Zootopia Day is the character meet and greet location for Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde. That's in Animal Kingdom. And of course, annual pass holder previews are going on right now as we speak for Zootopia Better Together. And it officially opens tomorrow. And for our streaming community, does look like you can stream it during the annual pass holder previews, and then going forward, I wouldn't see why you couldn't stream it once it hits regular queue, because if you can do it for annual pass holders, I'm sure they'll do it for that. So I think there was just a little bit of the unknown back when it was a cast member preview, DVC preview. Hollywood Studios continues to reinvent itself, I'll say. I think we are seeing a change to Hollywood Studios, and that's going to include a lot of meet and greets right there in front of the Chinese Theater. One of those is going to be Bert, who is meeting with one of the penguins. Now, Mary Poppins was meeting, Bert was meeting, and now they're alternating Bert and the penguin and Mary Poppins. So I just feel like we are, there's nothing officially announced, but if you look at the amount of entertainment happening at Hollywood Studios right now, I think this is the new Hollywood Studios. Once we get the courtyard open, and then you're going to have Monstropolis open, I think the park is really going to come alive, but I think that this type of stuff is helping. Jen, good to see you. Tell Bill I said hello. The entertainment there, you have, I'm trying to think of the name. I keep forgetting the name of the band, but there's a new 4-piece band that plays over there. You have a juggling act, and normally with each of those, you'll have a character. Normally Donald is with the juggler, and Chip and Dale are with the band. So I'm really excited about the life being brought into Hollywood Studios right now. Jen says, I think we're seeing pretty big changes to Hollywood Studios. Yeah. It feels like a different place. And I'm just watching it on the screen because I haven't been there since these new changes. So I can only imagine what it feels like being in the park and seeing it. All right, so My Disney Experience app is testing a new Find Merchandise feature. um, this will make shopping easier. So right now, excuse me, you have cast members have access to this on their tablets. So if you were in a store and you were looking for a shirt in a particular size, they can search all of Walt Disney World Resort to find it for you. Well, now that technology is being added or tested right now to the My Disney Experience app. So uh, we believe right now it's being tested by annual pass holders before they open it up to everyone. So Jared, I am live on multiple channels and Facebook. So we're on 2 YouTube channels and 2 Facebook streams. So you may not be seeing someone's comment because they're on a different platform. So I think this is a great feature to have. When you have the technology and you allow, the general public to do it, it's going to do 2 things. One, it's going to make people shop more because they're going to say, okay, well, I can find this shirt. I'll go over and get it, rather than just saying, oh, they probably sold out. But then the other thing is your cast members don't have to be tied up with trying to find that merchandise. So doing 2 things there. Shanghai Disneyland Resort has announced a massive expansion with a 4th themed hotel. Also, there'll be shopping, dining, and entertainment district expanding as well. It's going to be located immediately adjacent to Shanghai, to the entrance of the park, and making it the closest hotel to the park. So pretty excited. I haven't been there. That looks beautiful. And I guess that's parking with solar panels on the roof. Just saying. That would probably work pretty well in Florida. And you have the land to do it. Walt Disney Company is committing $1 million to assist with the relief and recovery efforts following the impacts of Hurricane Melissa in Jamaica. As we were getting off of our cruise, our stateroom host, his name is Jocelyn, Joscelyn, I believe. Really nice guy. Worked for the cruise line now for 11 years. And if you work on the cruise line, your contract typically is anywhere between 4.5 to 6 months at a time. And you work almost every day. And then you get like a month off or so. So he's, I'm sure, sending the money that he's making back home. But he was a great guy, and so we talked to him a lot. And then, of course, the hurricane started to hit right as like our last day and a half or so of the cruise. So I talked to him to make sure everything was good with his family. He said they were okay, but certainly praying for everybody affected by that storm. And Disney's doing the right thing and committing a lot of that money to help in Jamaica, because I can tell you probably on every cruise ship, the majority of your staff is international, and a lot of them are coming from those islands down there that are being affected by the storms. And Disney, most of the cruises are in the Caribbean, so committing that money to give back is great. So here is Josh D'Amaro talking to the cast and crew of the newest ship, the Destiny, and he says the crew are excited. The ship is beautiful, and I can't wait to christen her next week in Port Everglades. Looks to be an absolute beautiful ship. I watched it. I watched the stream of it come into port, and it's sounding all of its new horns. It is just amazing what it looks like and the entertainment that they have on there and everything. And and I'll say this: I looked at the pricing for it, and you would think it would be like double what the price of like the Dream or the Magic or the one. No, not really. It's about the same price. So, actually, I'm gonna try and maybe get him on the podcast. I have a friend who is in the Castaway Club, and I believe he's Pearl. He's at least Platinum. I have to look. And he's going to stay in the Tower Suite of the Destiny for the maiden voyage. So I got to get some info from him. And there's the exterior of the ship. Absolutely beautiful out there in Port Everglades. Paige, good to see you. Welcome, welcome. So the christening ceremony is going to be November 10th at 6:30. I don't even know what day that is, but make sure that you check that out because I'm sure that's going to be quite a bit of fun out there. So I'll be watching it for sure. Rod says Port Everglades is not too far from where he lives. Oh, about 15 to 20 minutes north. Okay. We flew out of after our cruise. But we were in Port Everglades, but the next cruise is Port Canaveral. So when we were in Port Everglades, I was like, I bet we're pretty close to Rod. I figured we were pretty close. And good to see you. Hello. Welcome. So this one, I believe, was announced yesterday or the day before. And of course, it's Muppet. So I was excited. There is a new movie in production, or in development, I should say, done by Jennifer Lawrence and Emma Stone. And it's all about Miss Piggy. So excited to see what they do with that. Will it be a story simply about her before she met Kermit? Now, like, where is it going to go? So we'll find out more about it. It's only in development right now, so not sure what when it's going to come out. But this was this news was dropped yesterday, so excited for sure. Anything Muppets, I'll take it. All right, so let's get to the actual story. Oh, hold on. Hold on, I'm coming back to you. Might have copied the wrong one. All right, well, let's go back here, and I will read you the stories because I thought I loaded them into the show, but apparently I did not. So the first story here is it says that's a wrap. Disney signals the end of original theme park. I didn't know that we were closing Magic Kingdom. I didn't know we were closing Disneyland. Did any of you get any whim that we were closing a park? Oh, sorry, I'm reading the actual story. The actual story is that the park in Disneyland Paris is changing names. It's going through a huge revamp, which is great. And it is changing, I believe it's Adventure Park, if I remember that correctly, once they redo it. But of course, that clickbait headline, Disney signals the end of original theme park. And that's not technically what is happening. All right, here's another one. Disney park limits guests buying Mickey waffles after they become too popular. So, if I read this headline, this tells me that Mickey waffles, they're limiting how many you can buy as a guest in the park. So, number one, you can't really buy Mickey waffles in Disney World parks. So, that tells me that it's somewhere else. It's an international park. The real story behind that is that there's a restaurant where they serve the Mickey waffles, and that restaurant has gone to mobile order only. You can still get the waffles, you can still order as many as you can pay for, but you have to do mobile order. That's all. That's all. Okay, and one of Magic Kingdom's most iconic attractions is about to look a little different, and the change is closer than you think. And let me see if I can pull this one in, because I need a little visual help on this one. Again, these stories came from one source, and that source actually owns 4 news outlets. And they're all the same thing. They are all the same thing. That's just how they roll. Sadly. I don't know why you feel that you have to have clickbait in order to get the story. Oh, I can't pull it in. All right, I guess not. Anyway, they showed a picture of Small World, saying that, this Disney classic ride is changing. So there are rides that change all the time. Jingle Cruise, right? You can currently ride Jingle Cruise. And they did the same company did the same nonsense story back when they announced when Jingle Cruise was going to start. They have updates to the rides. They have overlays to the rides. Haunted Mansion and Disneyland, Jingle Cruise, Small World. It's not a big deal, but they need to get clicks. And I'll tell you this, that company has about 2 million followers total between the 4 outlets on Facebook. And they get maybe a handful of comments or likes or shares. So obviously people subscribe to them, follow them, and then realize that they don't tell the whole story, and they stopped watching or stopped paying attention to them. So make sure to get your news from a trusted source. Either A, Disney parks themselves, the verified Disney parks. Dr. Disney, I trust, as a third-party source, unbiased third-party source. You can certainly come right to the DSN on Facebook, Instagram. We are everywhere. And our streamers that are in the network also try to put out that same type of true news, not clickbait. So make sure to follow along with us there. Let's see if I can bring this up, because we have a new website that I want to show you. Tony, good to see you. Tony O'Tower in the house. Sorry, Tony, I'm not showing anything about Tower of Terror today. All right, let me see if I can bring this up, because there's a new feature coming soon to the DSN that I think is really, really cool. David Pyle is working really hard to bring us something really cool. I know there's a way that it'll let me interact. Maybe not. I thought I could make it do things. Anyway, if you bring up the website dsn. or soon you'll be able to bring up the dsn.disneystreams.com website. You go to the top 3, the hamburger menu, and you will soon be able to bring up the wonderful window. And the wonderful window is, you know how when you're in a Disney resort and you have the they have a name for it. I can't think of it right now. But there's the Disney resort. You have the TV, and it brings up, it plays, what times the park's open, and it plays music. Well, this is essentially, the wonderful window is essentially going to do the same thing, which is really cool. So I'm excited to see that come to life, and soon that will be available to the DSN. So you're going to be able to have Park World Radio playing, which is going to be pretty cool. It's not going to look right for you guys. I don't want to. I don't know that I can really show it well. I'm going to try here. We're experimenting, don't worry. So when you open up the menu, make that a little bit bigger so you guys can see that. So when you open up the menu, a couple features you're going to have now. You're going to have the Park Companion, which is pretty cool. This feature here is all of your park times, and you can edit this, right? So right now I have it on California Adventure, but I can go and say, I just want Magic because I'm going to Magic today. And I want rides, attractions, shows. You can even do restaurants. And so then I have all my times here. It shows you whether it's operating. It shows you what the wait time is. And let's say that I want to ride Tron, but I don't want to wait 65 minutes. Well, what I can do is set my time. It's going to make me log in. I haven't used it on this browser before. I can enable notifications. And now, if I want to ride Tron, wow, look at that. Tron just went to 70 minutes while we were doing this. Anyway, I can set an alert. Let me know when Tron hits 30 minutes. And now I have an alert set. So as soon as Tron gets to 30 minutes, I'll get an alert, which is really, really cool. The other feature that I like about the new website is the park log. So I've wanted this for a while, where you can log your visits to the park. So you can say what park you went to, when you went, what you did there, all that kind of stuff. So that's pretty cool. And then the last one is the wonderful window. And the wonderful window will look like this. And so this will be a feature that we really need to use a lot when I'm working. cleaning the house or whatever, because you have, not only do you have the times, not, I don't have it set, it's only going to show me one item right now, but you can change that as well. This is all customizable. So I can set up the wizard here. Again, I can choose my parks. So I can say just magic, let's say, and then I can select all the rides. I have to clear this out so it'll let me do it. How long it rotates. So I can have it rotate every 10 seconds. The one that you see on YouTube that's from the park, or supposed to be from the parks, you don't get to change any of it. This one you do. So you can then change it. And right here, now I've got Park World playing. So this is done by Park World Radio. The music is from Park World Radio, powered by Live 365, which is how I used to listen to Park World Radio before this. So it's the same function, right? So you have your volume here. It tells you what it will take a while for mine to update because I'm running so many things, but it'll show you what's playing, show you what's last played once you played, once it's played a couple things. So make sure to check that out when we release that, because I think that's pretty cool. So, so yeah, just thought I would show you that. Next episode, should be next Thursday. I'll go over some updates in the network and show you what's going on. We've got some cool things coming up, but I just wanted to show you what's coming up on the multi-view, including oh yeah, you like my including the network is going to start doing some cool stuff. I wanted to get it done in November. I don't think we're going to get it done in November, so maybe we'll start the year with streamer games. It's just so much going on right now that it just took a little while to get that stuff done. But a lot of the channels are excited about streamer games, where we all start to hang out and do a little bit more to participate together. So look for that coming up. Lawrence, when did you say that it's coming out? So David Pyle, who created dsn.disneystreams.com, is working on it currently. Just this morning, he released it to excuse me, to all the streamers. I've been messing around with it for a little bit, obviously, but he released it to all the streamers for them to take a look at it. So I'm thinking we're probably, I don't know, a week away from releasing it. He does have a trip coming up. David Powell will actually be in the parks. So when you see him come up on the multi-view, make sure to check him out, because without him, I don't know where the network would be. The technology that he's putting behind the network is amazing. The DSN is an app, both on mobile and on a desktop, which is great. He continues to update the functionality of the multi-view, and just continues to add new stuff to it all the time. And so, I think what he does, and understand that right now, could this eventually be, some sort of cost to it? I don't think, to the public, I don't think we'll ever go down the road of some sort of subscription-based service that's public facing. I think, if anything, there may be a nominal cost to the creators to be part of the network. But both Pyle and I don't want this to cost anything. We want to be able to bring all of you more and more Disney. So we're not going to try and charge anybody anything. That's just not, that's just not the business plan for us. But could there be, a cost to the creators? Maybe, because this stuff is not free. So here's the multi-view right now. And if I wanted to watch theme park, well, first I should start all of them. And now each of the creators, now that I've started it, will get watch time from me. So if Theme Park Giant was just starting, Three Caballeros, and I wanted to watch, I can actually click the full screen button and go full screen. I can hit the chat button, and now I can chat and say, hi, TPG, I am watching you. Oops. Boom. Now my chat's in there, right? I can like the stream right from here. I can go back and see who else is on, and I can go full screen on them and all sorts of stuff. And you can do this up to 24 streams at one time. So if you're watching dsn.disneystreams.com, you could be watching Disney essentially about 20 hours a day right now. And we do have Murray Adventures, who's in Disneyland Paris, part of the network. So when he's live, it'll pop up there because of the time change in Paris. He'll start at 5 o'clock sometimes. So you do have a lot of Disney coming to you in one screen. So make sure to check that out. Watch the creators from the multi-view. Excuse me. It's an easy way for you to give back. And it is YouTube. Like, you're chatting, YouTube doesn't allow certain things from there. So I can gift memberships, but I can't super chat for some reason from the multi-view, but that's just how YouTube has it set up. So make sure to support all your local live streamers who are doing a great job out there for all of us to bring us all the magic. Tony says, loving the 20-hour day Disney. I am too. I think it's great. Magic Adventures says Pyle and Lawrence have the best hearts ever. It's just it's funny how things align. I started the network, and David happened to be watching one of the streams. I believe that's how the story. I have to ask him. But I think he was watching one of the streams and then saw my podcast where I was announcing the DSN rollout, and he reached out right away and said, how can I help? That's what he said. How can I help? Because this sounds like something I would want to be a part of. So he has been, full speed ahead with the technology. I'm, kind of the marketing and leadership of it. But then even like Aaron from our Disney World Fix months ago reached out to him. Christy, good to see you. Good morning. It is very early out there, 8:48 your time. So Aaron from our Disney World Fix had put in our Discord, what about an app? And I had thought about an app and a website. And David said, well, what would you need an app for? And here we are 4 months later with an app that you can watch the multi-view. You can log your park visits. You can get customized wait times and alerts. And you have the wonderful window with Park World Radio. So love what's going on in the network. A lot more to come. We will keep you updated. Yeah, so again, Tony, you're probably watching, I don't know, because I'm on a couple different channels. So unfortunately, the way YouTube works, there isn't a way for me to do that. I mean, I can put your screen or your chat up on screen, but that's all I can really do. I can't bring the chats in. One day soon, though. All right, folks, that's going to do it for me. It was great being back with all of you again this week. Next week's show should be Thursday at 11 o'clock. Again, if you're a creator and you're in here, thank you. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you for your efforts to bring Disney to the world. And don't think that you go unnoticed. Your efforts do not go unnoticed. I know that there's a lot of negativity out there surrounding creators right now. I plan to make a video about it and put it out there. I think that everybody that I can think of that's in the network is doing the best to bring Disney to the world without interfering with the guest experience, with the cast members' experience. And we're actually trying to enhance the guest experience and the cast member experience. I think about Magic Adventures, who's in here, and Theme Park Giant, who's live right now. They both do giveaways where they give stuff. Oh, Bill's here. Where they give stuff to guests. Just the other day, Magic Adventures was doing stuff where they were giving to the cast members. That type of stuff makes a big difference in people's lives. And you wouldn't think that a small keychain or a pen would make that much of a difference, but I promise you it does. Just saying thank you makes a big difference. And I think that the majority of our streaming channels do their darndest to make sure that that's the case. However, there are a few outside of the network that are bringing a negative light to Disney streamers, especially on YouTube. And there's only so much that we can do to combat that. You know, we could say, hey, why are we bringing this negative energy around us? But we can't stop that person or those persons from being how they are. But I will say that I enjoy being in the chats. I enjoy modding for the channels that I mod for. I enjoy watching. I enjoy being in the parks. I enjoy being live with all of you. And I think that the majority of our channels in the network feel the same way. And they're just trying to bring more Disney to the world. They're not trying to interfere with the guest. I don't think any of them think that they are any better than a paying guest that's in there. I don't think that they think that their experience is more important than the once in a lifetime family trip at all. Like, people have to understand, yeah, you get to go to Disney quite often because you're an annual pass holder, but that person that's in that park for one day or once in a lifetime is just as important, if not more important. And we all have our unique ways. You know, I don't stream the same way as Mike and Jen. Mike and Jen don't stream the same way as Barry Place 28. Barry Place 28 isn't the same as Disney with Sean. Disney with Sean isn't the same as Corey from Living in Diz. Living in Diz isn't the same as Park Pass TV. That's what makes it great, is that we're all different. We're all different. You know, some are older, some are younger, some use scooters. Mike and Jen and Scooter Adventures, they get around on scooters, and that's a service that they're providing to show people how to get around with mobility issues. Disney with Sean show, who's live very early in the morning. I love that. I love that he's live. Too early for me, but I love that he's live and he's capturing an audience, and he's doing it in his way. And he's been very upfront with what he goes through on a daily basis. He's autistic, and he's right out there with that. And so He doesn't mind me sharing that because he shares it. Like, he's got an overlay on his screen telling you that. So his his view of the park, his view of life is going to be very different. But he's capturing an audience because of that. And he's just as important as Mike and Jen. And Mike and Jen are just as important as Sierra. And Sierra's just as important as the Disney Baker. And the Disney Baker is just as important as Resort TV One. Resort TV One is just as important as Pete McDevitt. We are all important. But the guest experience is what's most important. And none of the channels that I know of are trying to interfere with that experience. And I'll tell you this, if you ever feel that one of the streamers you're watching is doing that, email me and let me know, or reach out to me on Discord so that I can see. Because sometimes you see something and it's not truly what's actually happening. But I think everybody is important. I think everybody's doing a great job, and they're just trying to bring you Disney. So I will put out a video because there's been a lot of negative press, including in the New York Post, about streaming from Disney World. And that we're all, well, they didn't say all, but many of us are just grifters. We're just in it for the money. We're just in it for getting front row at Festival of Fantasy and all that kind of stuff. And I don't believe that that is true. Not many. I think there's a very limited amount of folks that are creating that way, but I don't see that. I don't see it from Christy. I don't see it from Tony. I don't see it from myself. I don't see it from Corey. I don't see it from Theme Park Giant, Jared Journeys. I just don't see it. So if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. Tiki Man fan, good to see you. Yeah, just let me know if you see something. Because we got to work together. That the whole point of the DSN was to build up each other. The whole point of the DSN was to bring Disney to more people in the world. Bring people from Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and people that have no idea that YouTube streams all this Disney magic every day. So that was part of the idea. But it's never to, I want all the channels to grow, but I never want them to be the star of the show. Disney and the parks and the entertainment, that's the star of the show. We're just the cameramen, camerawomen. We're just holding the gimbal. The park is the real show. So I think as long as our folks continue to think that way, we'll be fine and we'll get ahead of it. And we can actually be the leaders in the Disney YouTube streaming community, showing people how it's done. So those of you that are watching that are not creators, feel free to let me know if you see something. Those of you that are creators, if you have ideas, feel free to let me know. Let's work together on this to get ahead of these negative issues, because it's Disney. It shouldn't be negative. Let's go have some fun. All right. Let's say I'll answer a couple of these and then we'll head out. I do worry that Disney might shut down streaming due to a few loud voices. So you do have a loud majority, or excuse me, a loud minority that is picking up a lot of the negative energy. However, Disney likes streamers. They like the vloggers. You look at the fact that Nate, Paging Miss Tomorrow, is a spokesperson for Disney now. You look at the fact that they have a Disney media team, and a lot of live streamers and vloggers are invited to the opening of this, the opening of that. Why? It's not a thank you, right? I mean, it is, but it isn't. It's a marketing initiative to get whatever's going on out to more people. Josh is going to be on the Disney Destiny I think Monday. Why? Because Disney wants the world to see the Disney Destiny. So they like streamers. Now, those that are bringing that negative energy, they probably do not like, because you're going against the grain. So that's going to be a little bit of an issue for that streamer or those streamers, not for the majority of us. Jared says, I agree that people in the network like Christy, TPG, April, yep, April's another good one, and so on, are very good streamers and respect the parks and the guests. Absolutely. Absolutely. Tony says, I'm honestly tired of seeing the loudest voices tarnishing the reputation of Disney streamers. It's sometimes hard combating people's preconceived notions of Disney adults. Exactly. I hear so many of those stories like, oh, he's a 40-year-old man walking around the parks with no kids. That's right. And guess who else did that? Walt. Walt walked around his own parks, not because he was the owner of the park. He walked around the park because he enjoyed it. He liked seeing people's faces and smiles and kids enjoying themselves. And that's what it's about. So there's nothing wrong with being a Disney adult. Christy's right. It's free promotion for Disney. Exactly right. Streamers amplify Disney products. Now, so you talk about products, you do have some of the shoppers, which we don't have any shoppers in the network. And I'm not saying we wouldn't. I'm just saying we just don't. Just like we don't have TikTokers in the network right now. We don't have vloggers in the network right now. So those folks, the personal shoppers, they make a more of a business out of it than people that are just streaming the parks. So they get even more negative attention to them because of that. But Rod says the Disney streamers bring Disney publicity. Excuse me. And not that they need it, but it's always good to have more eyes on than less. Well, and it's free. It's not costing Disney anything. Actually, they make money because, you know, you're in the parks and you're eating and you're showing the food and you're showing the merch and you're showing, you know, how to work multi-pass and single pass and all that kind of stuff. And every one of the streamers are an annual pass holder of some level. So, you know, they're making money out of that as well. Yeah. Yeah, you shouldn't be blowing your money on a yeah. And everybody's different, right? Like I got the cruising bug. I want to cruise again. Very like let me tell you, the next to last day we were in Castaway Cay and like I was in a funk. Like those Disney blues, they were real. It's not just in the parks, folks. It was on the cruise ship too. It was tough to know that my vacation was ending. And so it was really hard to get off that ship. But that's what I choose to do with my family. And now because of that and the show we did on Tuesday, my sister wants to go with her husband and their 4 kids, and my brother's going to go again. We're going to go again. My mom may go. My youngest brother may go. So, you know, this trip that Corey had planned with just 4, 5, 6, 10 people now is turning out to be like 23 of us. So, you know, again, Disney's not going to. Aurora. Sorry, I was reading your name. I was expecting to see Spooky Aurora, and then I'm like, oh, that would make sense. It's not Spooky Aurora anymore. Aurora, good to see you. Magic Adventure says, plus many of us work with a travel agent. Exactly. And, you know, they're sponsors of the show. Nick and Shannon, their travel, are sponsors of many of the streamers in the network, including Magic Adventures. So they are helping to bring Disney to more people. And Mike and Jen get around on a scooter. So now you're opening it up even to more people to show that you can do Disney while you're in a scooter, or single solo trips. And we talk about that and how to get around the parks. And you don't have to spend all the money on Lightning Lane. You can work the park like a pro, like Thad does, Theme Park Giant, or Corey, or myself. We don't spend money on Lightning Lanes, but yet we still have a really good time when we're in the parks. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you all for listening to my rambling there at the end. But I just thought that I needed to say something about that. Next week, excuse me, we'll cover more news. We'll cover more clickbait news. And we will also talk about Mike, Magical Mike. Don't you have to change your name? Don't you have to change your handle now to Magical Bill? If you have no idea what we're talking about, go back and watch Pete McDevitt's Insomniacs last night. Mike and Jen from Magic Adventures were on there doing Two Truths and a Lie. That was a lot of fun. And I probably won more points on last night's show than I have on any show. So be sure to go back and check that out. Pete's a great guy. So thank you all. As I said, next week we'll do more news. We'll do more clickbait news. And I'll have some channel updates. We haven't done channel updates in a while, so I'll have some channel updates for you as well. We've got some characters out there making some big moves. Barry Place 28 just hit 30,000 subscribers. TPG is well on his way. I think he's going to hit 5,000 before we know it. Mike and Jen have had over 200 people watching their afternoon streams. They are on this afternoon. Says they're scheduled for about 2. Mike and Jen, you can let me know if that's still the case. They are heading to Animal Kingdom for their annual pass holder preview of Zootopia. So if you have not seen Zootopia yet, be sure to check them out. Excuse me. And right now we have TPG. It looks like he's on Frozen, which he does not do a lot. But he is on Frozen right now. That's how well he's moving through the park, is he's able to get on Frozen. He's done basically the front half of the park already. 2 o'clock. Okay, Mike. Very cool. So I'm going to drop TPG's link in there. So that's Theme Park Giant if you want to check him out right now. And I'm going to see if I can pull Mike and Jen as well, because they will be live from Animal Kingdom right about the time that Theme Park Giant ends. They'll be starting, so be sure to check them out as well over there. So that's Theme Park Giant, and here's Magic Adventures. Oops. All right, so there's the link for Magic Adventures. If you're on Facebook, check us out on YouTube. I can't drop the link on Facebook. Just doesn't work that way. Oh, it did drop it. Never mind. There you go. All right, folks. It's been a great morning. Thank you all for tuning in. Make it a great day. Go out there and make somebody smile. Make sure to watch our streamers. If you're watching them, make sure to let them know that you're watching on the multi-view. It's really important to help out all these streamers, and it's a free way to do it. It's not costing you anything. So, all right, folks, have a great day. I will see you Saturday on Living in Diz from the taping of the Christmas parade. That should be a lot of fun. Make sure to check that out. Oh, yes, 927. Thank you, Paige. 927, Cakes and Kenny J, live tonight. There are not a lot of streamers that are on from the parks on Thursdays. Make sure to check out Cakes and Kenny J tonight, 927. They are doing 90s movies. That's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure to check them out. They're fun anyway, but you bring in a topic like that, nostalgia, and I know they'll go off on their own tangent. and talk about their favorite movies. And I'm sure they will talk about movies that they would rather skip. I know we talked about Drop Dead Fred when they did 80s movies. How many of you remember Drop Dead Fred? I saw that thing in the movie theater. Yeah. Yeah. I was trying to impress a girl. Yeah, that's what happens. All right, folks. I'll see you all. Good night.
This monorail will be departing momentarily. Thank you.